somebody please inform Jay-Z that because of my policies, black unemployment has just been reported to be at the lowest rate ever recorded.
So, you know, it's not about the money, it's about the respect. And so we had a very powerful moment there. Apparently, Trump missed the whole point.
So when Jay-Z criticized Trump and implied that Trump is the superbug of racism, Jones pushed back and pointed out that the president has been touting the black unemployment.
Jay-Z just dropped a truth bomb on Trump that has the entire hip-hop community going wild. The rapper called out the president for bragging about black unemployment while ignoring the bigger issue of systemic racism. Trump's response, a total meltdown on Twitter that proves he missed the point entirely. Money doesn't fix racism, something Trump can't seem to understand as he throws a tantrum over Jay-Z's calm, intelligent critique.
President Trump either saw that interview on CNN or saw Fox talking about it this morning because he reacted to Jay-Z with a tweet. Here it is.
And actually walked right back into the trap. So now it's trending globally, Jay-Z's response. So look.
This showdown between hip-hop royalty and the reality TV president is everything you need to see today. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Remember when Trump thought he could shut down Jay-Z with unemployment numbers? That went about as well as his Trump Steaks business. Back in 2018, our orange former president got his MAGA cap in a twist when Jay-Z dared to criticize him on CNN.
For black men and women, to see a different outcome, like you were saying. It's not this celebrity, we were never...
It's been going on anyway. Black unemployment's pretty good. Should he get credit for it? And Jay-Z said something that you don't hear from many billionaires.
Trump, being the economic genius he claims to be, immediately whipped out his favorite defense. But black unemployment is down, like that fixes everything. Here's what happened. Jay-Z appeared on Van Jones's CNN show and spoke some hard truths about Trump's racist remarks about shithole countries. Instead of addressing the actual criticism, Trump grabbed his phone and started tweeting about black unemployment numbers reaching the lowest rate ever recorded. Classic Donnie Diapers move. When confronted about being racist, just point at some numbers and hope everyone forgets what you actually said. But Jay-Z, being an actual intelligent human being, wasn't playing that game. He explained something that completely flew over Trump's comb-over. It's not about money at the end of the day, that's missing the whole point. Boom. Jay-Z basically said what we all know. You can't buy your way out of racism, Donald. A bigger paycheck doesn't magically erase discrimination or heal communities torn apart by systemic racism. The funniest part? Trump clearly didn't even watch the interview. If he had, he might have realized Jay-Z had already addressed those unemployment numbers, saying money doesn't equate to happiness. It doesn't. That's missing the whole point.
Who's now saying, look, I'm growing, I'm dropping black unemployment. Black people are doing well under my administration.
I don't know, Van. Maybe I'm cynical. Is this the best press you could have asked for your show?
I want you to know I personally asked Donald Trump to write that tweet. I wrote it for him.
But nuance isn't exactly Trump's strong suit, is it? He's more of a look at the chart go up kind of guy. This whole mess perfectly shows how Trump handles racial issues, by pretending they don't exist if the economy looks good. It's like saying, who cares if I called your homeland a shithole? You got a job, didn't you? What a revolutionary approach to racial healing. What Jay-Z actually did that got everyone talking was expose the emptiness behind Trump's economic bragging. While Trump was shouting about unemployment rates like a carnival barker, Jay-Z was discussing something much deeper: how racism tears families apart and damages communities in ways that can't be fixed with a job. He pushed the conversation beyond Trump's simplistic "but the economy" defense and forced America to confront the real issues. That "but the economy" defense quickly crumbled when the hip-hop community stepped into the ring alongside Jay-Z. What started as one man's thoughtful critique snowballed into something Trump never saw coming: a united cultural front that made his all-caps tweets look like a toddler's tantrum.
It's great PR for the show, but it's bad for the country when you have a president who wants to lecture an African-American rapper. Does he have a point? that maybe the Democrats have been giving us good lip service but no jobs. Maybe
Trump's Twitter fingers went into full meltdown mode after Jay-Z's comments. He frantically typed, "Somebody please inform Jay-Z about unemployment rates," proving he has the emotional maturity of a hangry kindergartner who just had his juice box taken away. The contrast couldn't be more obvious. Jay-Z delivering measured cultural criticism while Trump pounded his keyboard like it owed him money.
he's going to say terrible things but put money in our pocket. Does that make him a good leader?
No, because it's not about money at the end of the day. Money doesn't equate.
African-American pundit about African-American issues with bad facts and no information about the show.
Let's put on screen the chart.
The hip-hop world wasn't having any of Trump's nonsense. Artists like Kendrick Lamar joined the conversation, questioning whether America is honest or do we bask in sin, which is basically rapper speak for this orange dude is completely full of it. Even Eminem jumped in with his anti-Trump freestyle at the BET Hip Hop Awards, encouraging political engagement while Trump was busy trying to convince everyone that having a job magically erases racism. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Political analysts had a field day, pointing out how spectacularly Trump missed the point. While Jay-Z was discussing dignity, respect, and the deep wounds of systemic racism, Trump kept waving unemployment statistics around like they were magical racism-erasing wands. It's like showing up to brain surgery with a Band-Aid and wondering why everyone's looking at you funny. Social media turned the whole thing into meme central, comparing Trump's thin-skinned reaction to Jay-Z's cool composure. My personal favorite showed Trump's tweet as someone showing up to a knife fight with a plastic spoon, completely outmatched and embarrassingly underprepared. One side had thoughtful cultural analysis, the other had caps lock and fragile ego.
This includes whites and blacks, so let me see if we can put up another chart first, just with the African American unemployment rate. We can show it from 2011.
Bad because we actually literally were discussing the black unemployment rate. And I gave Trump, listen, continuing a lot of trends.
The most revealing part wasn't even what Trump said, it was what he couldn't say. He couldn't engage with the actual criticism because he fundamentally doesn't understand or care about systemic racism. Instead of addressing Jay-Z's points about dignity and respect, Trump retreated to his comfort zone of shouting about numbers. It's like trying to have a conversation about climate change with someone who keeps shouting, "But it snowed yesterday." What we're witnessing goes way beyond just a celebrity feud. This clash between Jay-Z and Trump has sparked something much bigger in our culture. Hip-hop artists aren't just making music anymore. They're using their massive platforms to challenge the system and get young voters off their couches and into voting booths. The orange man might think a few good unemployment numbers can make racism disappear like his hairline in a strong wind, but Jay-Z's response shows the fundamental difference between these two men. One understands that respect and dignity can't be measured in economic reports, while the other thinks everything can be fixed with a chart and an all-caps tweet. This cultural awakening isn't just a moment, it's a movement. As hip-hop continues speaking truth to power, America faces a simple choice. Will we listen to thoughtful critique and address our deepest problems, or will we keep falling for simplistic distractions from a man who thinks racism can be solved with a tax cut? The answer might determine our future.